Today for our project, we are using the Spellbinders July 2026 Stencil of the Month, and this is called Holiday Harmony. And this is in the Cue the Merry collection, which is the club collection that just came out for July. So this stencil has 5 layers, and on the last layer, you can add details to those circles. And for that, I heat embossed with sparkle embossing powder. So if you want to see how I did that, stay tuned. Hey crafty people, this is Ellen with AGI Designs and welcome to my channel. Today I have the new Spellbinders July 2026 Stencil of the Month, and this one is called Holiday Harmony. And this is part of the new club's collection called Cue the Merry, which is filled with lots of Christmas and July things and fun things like that. This stencil set, it is a 5-piece set. This is what it looks like when it's complete. I apologize. I got this right from Spellbinders, so I do not have the retail packaging on that. But this is, I don't know if you can kind of see it through them. You get this kind of bokeh effect, so you could use this just as a bokeh layered stencil, but then so you have the 4 layers of the dots, and then on the 5th layer, I'll show you that here. This fills in a really cute detail on all of the dots. So this is an optional layer. You could use a different color ink. You could use sparkle paste. You could use heat embossing. You know, all different kinds of things. So it's kind of fun that you can use this layer or not. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to speed up the stenciling part, but we are using today the Lisa Horton Crafts, and I have a few here, and I have some metallics, and then I have an interference ink. I really love the shade of this one. So we have Verdigris, Ultraviolet, Love Struck, and Yuletide Sky. So I'll go through and speed that up and meet you on the other side. Alright, I finished the stenciling. I did the heat embossing and I have all the pieces together, and then we can put them, assemble the card here. With the background piece, you can see that sparkle there. I did go through, and on that last layer, I heat embossed with the Wow Clear Sparkle powder. So you get both that kind of little bit darker watermarked look, but then you also get all the sparkle and shine. And then I cut this out with the Spellbinders Bow and Bell scallop frame, and then this back piece is also from this set, and that is in the teal topaz. So we have that. The card base is Capri from Concord and Ninth. I thought that went well with the purples and the blues. And then for the sentiment, this Merry Christmas, this is a BetterPress plate, and it's kind of fun. This is called Fancy Sentiment Strips, and basically you press this whole thing and then the die cuts out all of them. So I have a whole bunch of other ones that I can save for later, and I'll just put them in that package. For the better pressing, I used the Yuletide Sky. And then I cut from the Capri. I used that, I just cut a small strip and I used this to cut it out so it matched. But then I cut it in half and I glued the top part to the top and the bottom part to the bottom, just to give this a little frame to help it pop off of this really busy background. With just the white, it kind of, it wasn't giving you that pop effect. All right, so let's get putting this together. I do have this Vivant silver thread that I would like to put this on for a little bit more sparkle. So I'll show you how I do that. Make sure this is going the right way because we do have some directional trees on here. So I want this to go down near the bottom. So I'm going to put a piece of double-sided tape down here at the bottom. And this just helps when you're putting it on, it helps kind of hold it as you go. So you don't have to try to, you know, you need 3 hands, I think, otherwise to hold it and wrap it and all that. So what we'll do is just looking at the front, kind of where do I want this? And I think towards the bottom. Actually, I might move it up just a little bit. Okay, and once you have it where you like it, you can just wrap it around as many times as you want. I think I'll probably go 3. And then you can spread the threads out or squish them together, whatever you like to do. Just gonna make sure we're good to go. So then I'm just gonna cut another piece to go over that, just so it will stay. Okay, so I'm going to take the backs off of this, and then I want to pop this up. Actually, it'll be easier. Strike that, reverse that. I do want to pop it up, but I'm going to put this on first, so it'll be easier for me to trim the edge. I want this side to have the banner, but this side I want to be flat. So I'm going to glue this over this, and I do have this channel here, which is awesome because that will let the thread go right through there and it'll even it out. I'm going to use my sharp scissors here to trim that off. All right, then on the back of this, I'm going to add some Altenew. This is the 1 inch, and this one is the black. And since we were having dark colors with the card base and the matte, I didn't want any white to show from the side, so I'm going to do the black to kind of hide that foam tape. I'm just going to grab the 1/2 inch to fill in that little gap there. Alright, I'm going to use my glue press to add glue to the back of this foam tape once I take the release tapers off. I have on my glue press the wider nozzle, so it really comes out a lot, which is good because when you're doing something like this, you don't want the detail one when you're, otherwise it's going to take you like an hour to get glue all over the back of this. So It's a little bit more speedy. Okay, I'm just going to stick this on here. All right, we can get this added on. I'm just going to use my tape runner for that. Okay, so we have that all put together, and now we can do the inside. So this is what I put together for the inside, and how I did that was when I cut down the piece for my front panel. This was in a wider spot, so I just trimmed off a section over here, and then I glued it to this white panel, and then I used the die in here, and I just cut that out. So then it left us with the stenciled stripe over here, but it also coordinated with the side because we put that on before we die cut it. So that is a really cool way to add some fun detail to the inside of your card. This Love, Peace, and Joy, this is from Simon Says Stamp, and this is the Label Slides Christmas, and I stamped that with Passionate Pink from Gina K, because that matched perfectly with that pink. I'm just going to put this on the inside, and I like to do that with temporary adhesive in case I mess up when I'm writing. I can just take this part out and just put something else in there instead of have to tear apart my whole card. Okay, so that looks so pretty. I do actually have 2 videos now on ways to decorate the insides of cards, so I will make sure to link that in the description box if you haven't seen those yet. I have lots of really cool ways to add just some fun detail to the inside and to bring over the theme from the outside into the inside of the card. All right, so here is our completed card for the day. I think this looks awesome. I love the layers with how they're overlapping, and again, you could use this stencil as doing a bokeh effect. And then that last layer with the sparkle heat embossing. Let me show you really quick. Just to add a little bit of the detail, and then when it's not shining, you get that water mark effect with a little bit darker there. And then we have the matte layer, and then this Merry Christmas BetterPress sentiment, and then our inside with our stenciled stripe over there. And if you enjoyed this project, I have another one coming up for you on the end screen, and I will also put there my Spellbinders new releases playlist. I am a Stencil of the Month ambassador, and I have all of my past projects in there, so you can go check those out, and that's also where any new projects will go, so that will be there for you. Thanks so much for stopping by today, and until next time, like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and have an amazing day. Bye-bye.